Hey everybody, Wendy Klinke with Blue Cat Studio. Welcome to another edition of Technique Tuesday. And I apologize for going on so late. I thought it was Monday because it was MLK Day and I got all confused because yesterday felt like Sunday. So we're here, we're making it up, we got this, we're good. Anyway, today we're going to work on another element of composition. And one of the archetypes that we have available to us is called the silhouette. So I've done a really quick sketch offline because I wasn't 100% sure if I could actually pull off a bear sight unseen. So I did a little sketch in advance. But the idea is that you can do a silhouette. The reason I had these out front is this is just an old canvas. They're both old canvases, rejects that I just started offloading paint on. And then when my palettes got off, I was all done, I just kept offloading. So think about doing something like this for fun when you're trying to loosen up and use up old paint. Okay, so let's open the handy dandy sketchbook. Whoops, let's see. You guys were there for that. That was last week. I got it taped off here. So I've blocked off a space. And so what we're going to do, the silhouette is one of the, hey Linda, good to see you. One of the elements of composition again is silhouette. So we're going to do a black bear. Very, very simple, doable. We're going to freehand this. I'm going to try and talk you through this. We're actually going to combine a couple elements because we want kind of the bear to be kind of in the center, and we're going to kind of create almost like a U shape. It's just kind of like trees and whatnot. So I'm going to just get that in there. And then in order to make the bear stand out, because we're going to do a cool night sky, we'll just make him simple black. All right, so let's begin with an oval, kind of a sideways oval, slightly angled, like so. And then we're going to add, it's maybe too angled, but we'll fine tune this. We just want to kind of block him in. And then another kind of egg shape right here for his shoulder. And then we'll do another egg shape kind of. So this is kind of an angled down, an upright egg, and a sideways egg. I hope that makes sense. Hey there, everybody. So I got two of you who have just said hello there and hello all. I cannot see your name just because of the way StreamYard is, so I apologize if I'm not saying hi to you by name. If you click on the link that says allow StreamYard to see you, then I'll see your name and then I'll call you by name. All right, so we've got that basic part in. Now we're going to go ahead and add like a little kind of lump right in here, kind of for the ear. It can even almost be just like a triangle, but keep it soft. Bringing this down, and then we want to extend his snout out a little bit. So just kind of bringing it out with a little diagonal line, almost like a triangle. And then kind of, so if we have a triangle here, like so, then we're going to bring down a little bit below and kind of roll in underneath for his jaw. And then we're going to kind of take his, they have all this like extra skin that connects everything. It's Holly with the hi there. Hi, Holly. Thank you for the reminder that it was Tuesday. I was feeling a little bit dumb when I was like, oh no. Okay, so now this is a little lumpy. We're going to smooth it. So they also tend to have kind of this funky hump, like right up here where their upper bodies are, and a little lump there for their tail. Just kind of smooth it down, smooth over that oval there, and smooth here. So hopefully that kind of makes sense for how you put that together. All right, so then we'll kind of come down and let's see, we're going to have a leg that sort of goes this way, a leg that goes this way, and if we just kind of block in the legs, got an elbowy one that does this, and then another one behind. So now we've kind of got some leg structure. Those again, they're just sticks for now, but we're going to fill those in. So we'll kind of bring it down and maybe kind of almost give them a human-like toe, which is a little bit weird, but that's fine. Then we'll extend this leg down this way. And again, we're going a little bit more like a soft paw look. Yeah, I'll give them some claws just for fun. Makes me happy. All right, we got this sort of belly right in here, so kind of an extending a paw. And again, we don't have to get caught up in the details in some of these other areas. Oh, Holly says I'm freezing a lot here. Oh, that's a bummer. I've had some pretty bad internet. I don't think there's really much I can do about it. So I'm hoping, I've already rebooted the router and run the diagnostics this morning, so I don't know what to say. I will record this also on YouTube. That way, if for some reason you miss it or you would like better fidelity, hopefully, the YouTube version is better, or the whatever, the recording. All right, so this is a little lumpy here. We're going to kind of tweak that. And I think it's a little, his leg's a little skinny. So again, just minor tweaks. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So if we grab the, yeah, I can do this with a Sharpie. Just to kind of, actually I'm gonna use a paint pen. So, well, maybe I'm gonna use a paint pen. Let's see, yeah. So we'll just kind of blacken the line so we sort of know where he goes. And that's also going to give us a better vision of kind of what our silhouette is going to look like. And then we can make tweaks as needed. Again, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but we kind of got the sense, right? He looks like a bear. Yeah, it looks like a bear. Is anybody else having freezing issues? I know Holly is. Definitely, if you guys can let me know. Because if everyone's having them, then it's definitely me. I really hope it's not. Okay, so now that we've got that blocked in, I'm going to grab an eraser. Let's dry it just to make sure I don't smudge it. We'll grab an eraser. And just get rid of kind of our guidelines. And because it's going to be mostly black inside the bear, if I have a few mess ups here and there, it's fine, but it just gives me options and it'll be less confusing. Okay, so Linda says it's not freezing. All right, so it could be a Northern Virginia thing, I don't know, or a DC thing. Okay, so now from here, we're going to kind of do a series of triangles, kind of just working their way up and kind of smooth along where he is. We want his feet in contact. And then we're just kind of almost making these craggy bits, and we'll turn that into a little bit of trees. And so, in fact, as much as we're going for silhouette, and this will all be black as well, we're kind of creating a U shape, which is almost analogous to the concept of a circle for composition. Blah, 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 blah. I really can't talk today. But again, I'm all discombobulated. I keep getting confused. Like even this morning, my boss calls me and she's like, "Hey, are you joining this meeting?" I'm like, oh crap, it's Tuesday. Sorry. Okay, so now that we have kind of a sense of where everything goes, you know, we'll lightly sketch in the U shape here. And so in a way, this U shape kind of frames and helps, you know, give form and you know, bring the focus onto the sort of point of interest or POI. So again, this one is called, it's, you know, I'm not going to write silhouette. I wrote it once and I got some help from, I got some help from spell check, but I don't have spell check in front of me. So we know it's a silhouette and it's also U shape, and I'll write that in later when I can look it up and don't mess up my art here. Okay. So let's do a cool background just for fun. And I have an old palette. I just flipped it over, turned it inside out because I'm being janky today. Also, for offloading, if you haven't done offloading with me before, I often will do it in a junk book. Today, I've got a whole bunch of old canvases, and this is something probably from 10 years ago. Kind of ugly. I'm just going to use a lot, like offload my excess paint on that, and it's going to create a really fun, interesting, I don't know, kind of dynamic background for any mixed media art piece that we might want to do in the future. Okay, so let's do a little bit of yellow. Do I want yellow? No, I really don't. Let's do purple and teal. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm grabbing what's in front of me. So I've got some ultraviolet purple. It's kind of a magenta-y color. And then I've got my mermaid tail teal. And I feel like a broken record because every time we do a project, I break these out. But oh my goodness, you've seen how they mix, right? They're kind of phenomenal. And then, so I could do a navy blue. I could do an ultramarine blue. I think we'll do ultramarine. We might even work on hand mixing our own stinking, not quite black. I'll have to go to Hobby Lobby and get more of this stuff soon. Okay. So despite the fact that this is a fairly small space, I think I can still get away with a large brush. If not this size, you can always kind of go like kind of in the medium to medium small range. You don't want to go too small. All right. And of course we need some white, because if our silhouette guy is going to show up and he's going to be black, if if it's real dark in here, that's going to be Danger Will Robinson, right? Okay, I'm going to go with a medium guy. He's like 3/8 or 5/8 inch, 5/8 inch, a little bit more than half an inch. So I'm going to begin with just a very, very light coating of white here. I'm really just trying to get some wet canvas laid down, right? Oh, geez. Wet canvas. I'm trying to have a wet surface for blending. And now you can see why I tried to blacken my design so that I can actually see what's happening. So now with that, I'm going to start to grab my ultraviolet, kind of come on over it like so. I can still see my bear. And now I think I don't have to go directly over him too much. Bear's getting a little hard to see. Here we know his legs are here. Well, whatever, it's fine. We got this. And if you guys are like, I really don't want to try freehanding that, but I want to do a bear, let me know about if you need a tracer. I can always just kind of send like a little model bear. And I'm sort of figuring that you could sort out how to, here, now I'm just going to grab the mermaid tail. I figure you could sort of sort out how to add some mountains to it. So we'll do a little bit of this mermaid tail here. Now, this is going on very wet, thirsty surface. So what I'm seeing is that it's absorbing and I'm not getting quite the blending I want. So I'm going to grab a little bit more of the ultraviolet and start to blend a little bit on top of that mermaid tail teal. I haven't rinsed my brush. I haven't even bothered to offload it. So my poor ugly canvas might just stay ugly. It might not get any extra color until I'm done. So that's another thing. When I finish a project and I've got a bunch of extra paint, I hate wasting paint. I don't know if you feel that same way. But I really hate it. So if I can use it to tone a canvas and make my canvas more interesting, then I will. All right. Okay. So now we're going to come in and just grab a little bit more of the mermaid tail teal up here because we really just kind of are working and blending. And again, it's almost like you get a couple lessons in one, right? Because our focus was supposed to be on creating the silhouette, but again, when you're doing a silhouette, silhouettes are simple. And so then the real focus becomes the background. And so we're putting a lot of emphasis on getting an interesting background. So I just need to coat this. I just need to coat this surface so it stops absorbing my paint. Kind of create a little bit of a slick back so I can begin to bring more color in. So now we'll grab some of this navy blue and see what happens. Oh, Linda says those colors are beautiful together. Thank you. I know they are. It's like my favorite palette. I feel like, again, like a broken record. I'm like, oh yeah, just grab your mermaid tail teal. Just grab your ultramarine. Just grab your ultraviolet. Now I'm going to offload a little bit. A little bit mushy in here. So grab a touch of white, a little bit of the mermaid tail. See if I can create some interesting spots. And again, it doesn't have to be a perfect blend. You can kind of have different sorts of colors happening in your little sky here. Going back to my white and ultraviolet mix. Ooh, I want more ultraviolet in there. This is definitely easier on canvas because it dries a lot slower, so I can really work it. Here, I'm not having as much success as I would like working my paint. So I think I need to stop while I'm ahead before it gets too crazy. But we've got a pretty good sense of what's going on here. And I think for the silhouette, black may in fact be our best bet. And the bear is really starting to show through now, which is great. I've got a couple of inconsistent zones in here. And again, because the emphasis on something like this is going to be the background and the background looking really good, it's going to be in our best interest to make sure that if you have like bald spots or whatever else you want to call them, sort of inconsistent areas where the paint coating doesn't look so good, tweak it where you can. And for me, that's just like, okay, my coating's not great. I want to fine tune it. Now I can barely see my bear, but I think he'll show up a lot better once we get the blow dryer on him. All right. What bear? I know. What bear? Oh my gosh. So today, like, hope I'm not talking funny. Like, I went to heat up a croissant because it had gotten stale. So anyway, you sprinkle a little water on it and like zap it for like 30 seconds and it kind of comes back to life, all soft and good and all that stuff. Well, I went to do that today and somehow I guess there was like a little bit of water on the bottom and I can't believe it, but I like burned my lip but on like the water drop on my croissant. I feel like such an idiot. So it feels like my lips are all chapped and stuff. So I'm like, All right. That looks good. I think it's fairly dry. I can still kind of see our guy. Break out some rinse water. I had a jug out, but the cat decided that he was really interested in knocking it over. So, and I couldn't find the lid, so I had to go put it away. Anybody else have rascals? He's been in my lap all day, just like, Mom, I can't get warm. Snuggle with me, please. I've never heard of that. Water to the rescue. Oh, no, the water was the problem. It burned my, oh yeah, for the bread. Yeah. But yeah, it burned my mouth or my lip. That kind of sucked. All right. So now we're going to come back in and hello, Mr. Bear. Where are you? All right. So I see that the lump of his thing and we'll kind of glue this here. And I think this goes out like so. And, you know, I might be, you know, missing it a little bit here and there, but it's fine. There are parts I can see. So we'll just kind of get that in where we can. Yeah. Oops. I want that to go like so. Okay. Where's the rest of him? I think it's here, here, and it kind of just comes down and they have these sort of funny lumpy butts. That'll do the job. That'll do. All right. And then we kind of have sort of some sort of textured background. We can give him a little bit of something to stand on, but there we go. All right. So we can see him again. Hallelujah. I want to add some stars to this sky. So again, we'll break out one of my favorite techniques. My rinse water is a little ugly, but I think it's fine. So actually, let's stick with the one brush that we had. So I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to come in here with my, it's not dripping, but it's moist. So I'm going to create like a sort of a soft, gooey bit of white here. It's kind of inky almost. And we're going to make some stars. So just get like your pencil or stick or something. If you have anything viable that you don't want to get splattered, move it. Like make sure you have good surface. Like this whole zone is the splatter zone, and that's just kind of how it goes. So splattering, splattering, splattering. Getting some lovely, lovely stars. So now kind of the haha star of the show is also the galaxy whatnot that we just applied. All right. So because I watered that down, some of these are going to dry, not full, like thick white. They'll be a little bit kind of, they may take up some of the color of the background. I already got yellow paint on my sweatshirt and my pants have got like stencils and holes and sketches on them. So I'm good. There's nothing here that can't get paint colored. Such is the life of being an artist, right? Linda says my bear looks like a gorilla. Aww. Well, you could do a gorilla. I mean, right? You could totally do a gorilla. But again, it's the 3 eggs. And again, I can happily do like a tracer for you guys. How are we doing? I just don't want any like wet spots. All right. Yeah, let's do straight up black. So you're gonna grab like some Decaward Americana Lamp Black Ebony, or you can grab the Anita's, that's a Hobby Lobby brand, or if you have the Licorice, which is the folk art, it's more or less all the same, or same enough that we don't care if there's a difference. It's all good for us. Like if there's a specific thing and I'm like a little crazy about it, I promise you I'll let you know. All right, so I'm just kind of looking like we want to get kind of a round brush. So can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. It's kind of like a medium to large round. It's not massively huge, but it's good size for this guy. So let's just come in and kind of get our bear filled in. There we go. This is like a nice simple one where you can kind of finish it and feel proud and be like, all right, that was cool. We could do that one in like, half an hour. That wasn't a heavy lift. So I hope I'm sticking to half an hour. I got 20 minutes in, I got 10 to go. I'm hoping I can do this in 30 minutes. Y'all know sometimes I get all carried away and I'm like, oh, and we could do this and we could do this. And then like an hour later. Oh, and so for all of you guys watching, a huge, huge thank you. I put out a request to help me hit my 100 count for YouTube, because that's going to allow me to start working on getting a custom URL. And we hit our 100, so that was awesome. So huge, huge thank you. If you haven't yet had a chance to subscribe to my YouTube channel or are interested, because I will be loading this, let me know, or you can just kind of plow through the Blue Cat page and find the link. And one of the cool things about YouTube is that I find that stuff tends to be a little bit more easily organized. Like I have a whole folder for Technique Tuesday, which means you can just kind of go in and see like what are all the things that we're doing. I try and upload a photo on the video cover sheet, so it's pretty obvious. It's not as dynamic and chatty as Facebook, so I really love that part about Facebook. So again, I'm just feeling this guy and just real simple. If I miss my lines a little, it's not a big deal. Kind of just make it work. And I know some of you guys are already subscribers, and I thank you so much. So anyways, just a little celebration. Probably another reason I got a little bit distracted. I was like, oh my gosh, my number is like, I finally hit the number. So Holly asked, when am I going to get the blue cat? You mean a kitty cat, or do you mean the custom URL? Oh, so last time or a couple whiles ago, we were talking. Okay, so now I'm going to come in and just sort of fill in this area again to create more silhouette. We could do a ton of detail in here if we wanted, but I feel like, again, because silhouette is the concept here, we are really letting the sky take the focus and the form of the bear. Oh yeah, so Holly asked about the real kitty. So the kitty, his name was Marty. He was adopted by someone else. I put out my request. So now I'm all antsy. I'm like, oh, we need to get a buddy for Nugget. But I think, unless an opportunity for a little guy falls into our lap, we'll probably wait until we move and get settled, because we got a lot coming in the next few months. So there you go. But I'm still like obsessed with the name Mars. I can't remember who came up with it, but it was brilliant. So we'll see if the next kitty looks like a Mars. I'm going to be lobbying very hard for that name, or it's going to become that cat's nickname, even if the kids decide the cat's name something else. I'm just going to be mean. Oh, and Linda says, yes, YouTube is terrific. I love how it's all right there. Thank you. Yeah, I like that too. I really like things to be all orderly. And so I do struggle with that sometimes with Facebook. I'm like, where did I put because, it has this whole algorithm and this feed, and kind of got to paw through, and I can't always find things. Maybe that just makes me old school. But again, different things for different parts. Like I love how we sit here and we talk while we paint together, and how we have all these great conversations. And we don't get that there. So as far as I'm concerned, we use all the options. All right, so we have our little bear. We've kind of got his background. Oh, and Holly says, actually, my moment of pride for Snickers. Oh yeah, you're the one who suggested Mars, Holly. It's a good one. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna just kind of come on down and do a little bit more. I want a little bit more evenness, and that looks kind of lame, doesn't it? That's okay. It wasn't supposed to be a tree. It was supposed to be kind of mountains. That doesn't work for me, but I'm gonna just whatever. Heck with it. You got the idea, right? We're not here to necessarily create a finished, amazing piece of art. My goal is to sort of kind of help demonstrate the concept. So again, really the focus it's twofold. it's a silhouette of the bear so that this is our point of interest, but it allows us to kind of mentally zoom out and look at the background. Oh, and Linda says I can always watch YouTube on my TV. But yes, the conversations are always good. Yeah, I'm still learning how to watch YouTube on TV. I'm getting there, baby steps. Okay. So I think I'm going to call this guy pretty good. We'll give him a little blast and then we'll pull the tape up and see. Part of me wants to go darker up here, but I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead because, you know, that's what reasonable people do. I'm sorry, I was born with a little bit of extra. Rinse the brush, blow dry it while we're doing it. Yeah, in fact, the other day I was trying to watch like my favorite workout video on YouTube on my TV, and it would like stop 15 seconds in, then I would reset and do it again, and it would stop, and I was just like, oh my gosh! So I finally like put my iPad like right next to the TV, and I'm like, fine, I'll watch it in like a 6x6. We're gonna do this. All right, got a lump there, but I think we're good. Okay, so you know, again, this would have been better if it was a little rounder and more sloping. But oh, Holly says, is that what F and G are for? Oh, you mean figuring out the technical stuff? It is when they're here, but you know, when they're at their dad's house, I'm like, oh, I don't know. This is my favorite part, peeling the tape off. Have to admit also, like when you start reusing tape, just kind of is gentler and gentler each time you use it. I feel like it does less damage to your paper. Well, look, we have like serious signs of me just going to town. All right. Well, there you go. So we're kind of still in the purples and teals and turquoises zone, but we have like a cute bear kind of walking up in a hill. I think next time I might rethink my composition around this way, but you kind of get the idea. Or we give them more space, or we make it taller, or we do a thing, but there you go. So again, if you're interested in the tracer, let me know. I'll see if I can just kind of post a graphic or a quick, you know, printable PDF where you can just pull the bear up and print them out and do this so you're not stressing. But I do urge you to try the freehand, you know, when you break it into eggs, it works. All right, you guys, I love you. It's 27 minutes and 45 seconds. So I think we made the 30-minute cutoff. Oh, yes. Hey, Cassie. She says, I love that one. And, oh, Linda wrote silhouette for me. Okay, hold on. SILHOUETTE. So I think I've been spelling it like silhouette, like the cutter instead of silhouette. Like, but the H is always like, where does the H go? So we'll label it. Composition basics. Sweet. What's our date today? Should we date it? Nah, we won't date it. We want this to be a timeless video. All right, guys. I love you. You're the best. I will see you next time, probably Thursday, for our luncheon paint. Bye, guys.